Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well. This is another story time reading for you guys. The story time is actually about the time that my angels saved me from two serious accidents that could have been very serious, and they actually warned me. Okay, so grab a snack, grab a drink, pause this video and come back and we'll get started. Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay guys, so for those of you that don't know about angel numbers are, especially those that are new to the spiritual journey, angel numbers all about your angels guiding you, giving you signs, giving you synchronicities on your path. Okay, so angel numbers can be blessings, they could be warnings, they could be confirmation. So for example, let's say you see 111 and you're manifesting something, that's usually like a sign that it's going to manifest very quick. Also, if you're thinking positive, that's a good sign. If you're thinking negative, that's a warning saying, hey, be careful, your thoughts are manifesting really fast. Do you really want to manifest these thoughts? This could also be too if you're doing spell work, good sign. It could also be, for example, let's say, hey, oh my gosh, I just saw 111 right now. That's crazy. So for example, right there, let's just say I talked about this. This is all confirmation from the universe that everything I'm saying is true. So if you see a number when you're talking, that's a confirmation, especially when you're saying something. So let's get started on the story. So the angel number that I saw was 4444. Now, let me tell you how this all started. So back in May, I had gone to downtown LA. Okay, I took a trip there. So I remember I woke up that day and I just felt really weird, right? I was like, why do I feel so weird? Why do I feel like so weird? Like, what is going on? Like, why do I feel so weird, right? So I was kind of like, okay, you know how you wake up and you just feel really weird? Well, that was me. Anyway, I had gone to LA and I was going to the Metro Red Line. So for those of you that are LA natives, you guys know about the Metro Red Line, which is in North Hollywood. It's like a metro station, and as I was going there, I took Uber to get there. I did not drive. I was like, you know what? Let me just take an Uber just to get there and we'll be good. So I took an Uber there, and as I was in the Uber, I saw this passing car. And the passing car, it had a license plate number 44444. So I was like, something told me to look it up because I never saw that number before. And I had seen that number. And I looked it up and it said that this was a warning number. It's usually a warning number of a difficulty coming, or it could be like you need to work harder. It doesn't have to be like a doom and gloom, you know, number. So if you guys see that number, don't worry. It doesn't mean anything really bad is going to happen, but it could usually mean like a sign of something coming, and you need to just embrace yourself. But your angels are always protecting you, because 444 is also divine protection as well. So anyway, I had seen that number and I was on my way to the metro station, and I had gotten into LA and I was walking around. I actually went to like Little Tokyo, and I actually brought my cards with me. So when I brought my card, those of you, my friends that know me know that like everywhere I go, I bring my cards with me because I just love my cards, and they're my babies, okay? So I brought my cards with me. I brought like this Kipper deck, and I remember how I was pulling cards for me in public when I was there, and I kept getting the card Thief, Journey, and Community. So for those of you that are Tyler's Tarot watchers, hey, I love Tyler's Tarot, shout out to Tyler's Tarot. You guys know that he used to use that deck a lot, and I also have that deck. And when I saw Thief, Community, and Journey, I was like, okay, so this is like someone who could possibly get, like, something happens in public, right? This person could be like, be careful of like who you're around. It's like possible a thief in public. So I thought that was kind of weird, and I kept pulling the same cards. Like, those cards kept coming out for me. I'm like, okay, bro, what's going on? Why do these cards keep coming out for me? And anyway, I was there for a few hours, and then it was already getting a little bit dark, and I was like, you know what, let me go back to the station and I will go home. So as I was walking back, I passed this strip, like this little market area, and there was this guy. He was like a tall, guy, and he looked, you could tell he was kind of shady, and he was just like, I was walking past him because I had to walk to the station. This guy was standing in the middle of the street, and he just kept staring at me. And I was like, okay, I just got like this really, really weird feeling. And then like this guy, I had a feeling like he wanted to do something. So I had my phone and I put it on my other hand, and I was pretending like I was talking on the phone with a friend. And this dude just would, as I was walking by, you know how you could feel like there was something weird. And this guy was like staring at me as I was walking by, and he kind of started following me. And then literally, he was not like following me like right behind me, but he started, I could feel like this dude was following me, and I kind of looked back and this dude was literally following me. And I was like, okay, am I being paranoid? Like, what is going on, right? I thought I was either being paranoid or something. And as he started following me a little bit until I got to the crosswalk, and then he stopped and he went back, and then I had gone to the station, and that was that. So that was my first story. I know it doesn't sound really crazy, but I really felt like this guy could have done something to me. Like this guy could have literally just took my phone. It felt like he wanted to take something. At least energetically, that's what the energy I was feeling. And the second story, which this one's a crazier story, was about 2 months ago. I went with my dad. We went somewhere, and me and my dad, we usually like to go to like this place where we go like hiking, and there's like this mountain canyon where we also like to drive around. It's very beautiful. And long story short, my dad picked me up and we went to this canyon, but my dad's like, hey, let's stop at the gas station first. And we stopped at the gas station, and literally, bro, I kid you not, guess what happened? I was sitting in the car, he went inside, and this car pulls next to us, and guess the license plate numbers that were there. 44444. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, bro, crazy. My dad actually texted me right now. I saw the number again, and I'm like, oh my god, bro, like what the hell, right? And I had like that feeling again, like something was gonna happen. And my dad, you know, he came back from the gas station. We started driving. We went up this canyon. We went up the same canyon, and I just had like this really weird feeling. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. So we get up the canyon, and we park on this little mountain, and there's like we were seeing like a valley. So it's kind of like a little valley, and you could see like the ground and this canyon. It was like a canyon, and we had seen these railroad tracks that were right there, and we were watching the train go by. And the crazy part too, which this was really trippy, which I feel like this was a sign, was that when we were standing there, I had my car door open on my side, and which was like the passenger side, and literally it wasn't windy outside. It was really hot. There was no way this could have done this. This part was crazy. So we were standing right there by the canyon looking at the train tracks, and tell me why literally we're just there talking, and then my side of the door, the car slams like really hard, like someone closed it. And my dad's like, did you do that? I'm like, how? I'm like, bro, how did I do that? Like, I didn't do that. And he was just like, we just looked at each other really weird. And, you know, and I just got, all of a sudden I started to get the chills, because I'm like, okay, what the hell was that? And I just was like confirming that 44444 number. I was like, oh my God, bro. Like, I felt like I was in a horror movie. So the train passed by, and we just started talking, and, you know, more. And then we went back in the car, and then we started driving. And a mile down where we were parked, there's like this little road to this canyon. So my dad has never gone down that canyon before, ever, when we've driven there before, because we like to go to that place a lot, and he always drives over there. And never has he ever gone down to that road ever before. And that day he went down this canyon. As we were driving away from that other place, we were driving and he sees this canyon. He doesn't tell me he's gonna go down there. He just starts going down this canyon. And it's really narrow and it's kind of getting a little bit darker now. So it's like, it felt much cooler. And that's when it started to get windy. It wasn't windy before. It started getting windy when he started going down the canyon, and it got really, the road was very, 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 very narrow. And when we went down the canyon, there was train tracks. Those train tracks are right there. So we were driving, and it's like we couldn't pull back because the road was so narrow. So we had to go drive up there, and then we had to turn back around because we couldn't just do it like that. So tell me why. This is the crazy part. Tell me why we get on the train tracks to kind of turn back to back up, and tell me why my dad, the train, his car stops on the train tracks and it won't, the car just stops, the engine stops. The engine stops working and it won't turn on, and it was like that for like 5 to 10 minutes. And my dad was like, okay, I don't know what's going on. And I'm like, okay, like I just thought, all right, well, you need to just hurry up, right? So 10 minutes later, the car finally turns on, and when it starts backing up, the train comes. And there was no sound, or we did not hear the train come. I didn't hear, you know how you're like, ee, like you can hear the train coming from a mile away. There was no signal. It just came right when we were backing up. The train just came out of the tunnel and it just appeared out of nowhere. And my dad was like, oh my God. My dad was like so paranoid. He's like, I'm so sorry. He's like, I didn't, you know, he's like, he felt really guilty. I'm like, he's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know. Oh my gosh, he got goosebumps. And he said that for the next 5 days after that, like he was really like, he couldn't sleep because he was like, we could have almost died. And it was really trippy. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, why does my dad feel so guilty though, right? I was like, why did he feel so guilty? So 2 weeks ago, my dad, we were talking about that incident again, and my dad was like, you know, remember that day when I went down the canyon? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, you know, I was gonna play like a prank, and because my dad is a jokester, by the way. He's like, I was gonna play a prank, and I was going to put the car on the train tracks, and I was gonna act like the car stopped working. But he's like, when I got on the train tracks and when I tried to turn it on, it didn't work. So my dad was going to play a prank, but it turned out that the prank actually wasn't a prank, like it was legit. And he felt really bad, and he was like, I don't know, man. He's like, we could have died, like I could have killed you. And that's why with those 5 days, I was really like in my head about it. I was kind of like, wow, because it just really scared me. So that was the last time I ever saw that number 44444. That was my 44444 horror story time, but it was also a sign that my angels were protecting me. I believe that when that car door slammed by itself, that was a sign from the angels as a warning, a heads up, hey, stop, something's gonna happen. So for you guys, if you guys see that number, don't freak out, okay? It may not be a warning sign for you, because remember, angel numbers can mean so many different things, and all of our paths in this life are different. So certain numbers can mean certain things to us, but they can mean something different to someone else. It can manifest differently for another person, depending on the situation or the time. It's just, for me, that's how it manifested. So if you see that number too, and if it is a warning, know that your angels are always protecting you there, because I was protected twice. I could have literally died. The second time and the first time too, I could have gotten, you know, something bad could have happened, but my angels were protecting me and they gave me signs. So that was my story, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. It was a very quick story time, and I will see you guys next time on the new moon video. And yeah, see you guys later. Peace.